Hi guys, we're going to talk about more specifically where can I locate these electrons in the atom. Now, the thing you need to remember is these electrons are in energy levels. Within those energy levels are orbitals. Orbitals are where those electrons are located. We talked about last time there are 4 types of orbitals: the S, the P, the D, and the F. The S is my sphere-shaped. I can fit 2 electrons in there, and there's only one of them. My P, I can have 3 different p orbitals. In each of the p orbitals, I can fit 2 electrons. So a total of 6 electrons in my p orbitals. My D, I can have 5 different orbitals, and that would be then 10 total electrons. And then in my F, I can have 7 total electrons. And that would be a total of 14 electrons. So the thing you need to remember, in my S, I have a total of 2. In my P, total of 6. D, 10. F, 14. That is something that you absolutely positively need to remember, because we're going to start using it more and more now. Okay, you need to turn to page 11 in your book of fun, and we're going to focus on this bottom table now. We did the top table before, so we're going to do the bottom table. Okay. So we're going to take a look at each energy level and how many electrons, how many orbitals can I have in each one. So we're going to start with, of course, the first energy level. In the first energy level, how many sublevels do I have? And that is actually only 1. Okay. Now that type, and by sublevel, I actually mean the type of orbital. Okay. So I'm going to start with the S. Okay. Here's the thing that you will notice as we start doing what we refer to as electron configurations. We fill electrons from lowest energy to highest energy. And you will notice the last time when you looked at my orbitals, they got more complicated. So the lowest energy is actually my S, then we go to my P, then D, then F. Okay? Just like we fill the first energy level before we go on to the second energy level, third energy level, and so forth. Okay? So now, the number of electrons in each orbital. And of course, it's my S, so I can fit 2 electrons in my S. So the total number of electrons in the energy level, since I only have one s orbital and 2 electrons in it, I can only do 2 electrons. You probably remember that from biology. Okay, in that first energy level, I can only fit 2 electrons. Once I'm done with there, I now go on to my second energy level. Since I'm a little bit further from the nucleus, I have a little bit more room. So guess what? I have 2 sublevels here. I have my S, and then I can have my P's. Okay? In each of those, okay, how many electrons go in my S orbital? I can have 2. How many total electrons go in my P? 6. So total number of electrons in the second energy level is 8. Now you probably remember this from biology too. In the second energy level, I can fit a total of 8 electrons. Moving on to the third energy level. Number of sublevels? 3. I always have the S first, then the P, now on to my D. And so we got 2 in the S, 6 in the P, 10 in the D. This is where it gets tricky, because your biology teachers told you that you can only fit 8 electrons in it. Well, once you get into that third energy level, you can actually fit more electrons in there. I can fit a total of 18 total electrons. In the fourth, guess what? I have 4 sublevels. I can fit my S, my P, my D, and my F. So now I got 2, 6, 10, 14. So we can fit a total of 32 electrons. That's a lot of electrons in that fourth energy level. But remember, we're a lot further from the nucleus, and we have more of those orbitals in that energy level. So now we move on now to the fifth energy level. Now you're probably thinking that there is 5 orbitals. Did we talk about 5 orbitals? No, we only talked about 4. So guess what? Once you hit energy level number 4, everybody after that in energy levels 5, 6, and 7, there's only 4 energy levels, 4 orbitals. And in those orbitals are my S, P, D, and F, S, P, D, and F, S, P, D, and F. So we got my 2, 6, 10, 14, all the way down, which means in the first energy level, we fit 2 electrons. Second energy level, we fit 8 electrons. Third energy level, 18 electrons. And then after that, my 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th energy level, I can fit a total of 32 electrons. Right now, we're only going up to 7 energy levels. Why? Because there is actually only 7 periods on the periodic table. There are 7 rows. Periods are rows on the periodic table. There's only 7. So the row actually refers to the energy level. So now, how are we going to use this? We're going to look at a few electron configurations and use this. Okay? So let's look at beryllium. So I'm going to write the symbol beryllium. First thing we need to know is how many electrons are in beryllium, because that's what we're trying to locate. So if we look on our periodic table, if it's a neutral atom, beryllium's protons are equal to the number of electrons. So we have 4 electrons that we need to represent. This E minus is just my abbreviation for electron. Okay? So now when we write electron configurations, there's kind of 3 parts to it. The first number, the coefficient, is always the energy level. So we have to start in the first energy level. In that first energy level, which orbital do you encounter first? It's the S. So we write 1s. The 1's referring to the energy level, the S is referring to the orbital. Now we write an exponent. Okay? The exponent is referring to the number of electrons. So how many electrons can we fit in the s orbital? 2. So we write a 2. All my exponents need to add up to the number of electrons that I have. So right now I only have 2. I need 2 more. I'm done in the first energy level because I only have the s orbital in the first energy level. So now I move on to the second. What is the first orbital that I encounter in the second energy level? It's the s again. So I'm going to write the s, and I can fit 2 electrons in there. Now, add up your exponents. 2 plus 2 is 4. That's how many electrons that I need. That's an electron configuration. Let's do a few more. Let's go with nitrogen. Nitrogen's atomic number is 7, which means it has 7 protons, which also means if it's neutral, it has 7 electrons. So I'm starting at the beginning. First energy level, the s orbital. I can fit 2 there. Done with the first energy level. I go into the second energy level. S, 2 again. Oh, am I done in the second energy level? No, because remember, I have my S, E, and my P in that energy level. So I'm going to go 2 and then P. Now, that number can be a 6, right? Because remember, my S can be 2, my P can be 6, my D could be 10, my F could be 14. Now, the thing you need to remember about these numbers, these are maximums. Meaning, I could not put a 7 here as an exponent for my P, because I can only fit 6. However, I can put a number less than 6 if I need to. Like this one. I have 4 electrons shown already. I only need 3 more. So I'm going to put a 3 just like that. Okay? Let's look at potassium. Potassium has 19 electrons. So where do I start again? The first energy level. The first energy level, I get my S, 2 electrons in the S. I then move on to the second energy level. I have my S orbital first. I'm going to completely fill that one. Not done in my second energy level, I can go with my P. I can fit a total of 6 electrons in my P. Remember, in my second energy level, I only have my S and my P. So I'm done. Need to go on to the third energy level now. Third energy level, I got my S and my, you know what, I lied. I don't want to do that one. Sorry. Let's go, actually we could do argon. I'm changing it to argon, guys. It's 18. It was close, so I should have kept that. I'm just rewriting. It's 1 less electron. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Move on to now my third energy level. Third energy level, I encounter my S first, and now I go to my P. However, before I fill my P, let's count how many we have. So I have 2, 4, plus 6 is 10, so I have 12. I need 6 more. Can I put an exponent of 6 here? Absolutely. And then I'm done. Okay? Now you'll notice every energy level that I go to, I always essentially encounter the same orbitals in the same order. They always go the S, the P, the D, then the F when we get there. Okay? So you need to remember not only the order that we fill them, SPDF, I refer to them as SPDIF, and the 2, 6, 10, and 14. Those are the maximum number of electrons that you can have in those each orbitals.